As we get older, sleep becomes one of the most precious things we can protect. Yet millions of seniors struggle every single night, tossing and turning, wondering why their body feels restless even when they are exhausted. The surprising truth: sometimes it isn't your age, your mattress, or even your medications keeping you awake. It's the foods you eat before bed, and among them, certain nuts that most people believe are healthy can actually sabotage your sleep after 60. These so-called healthy snacks may be raising your heart rate, spiking your blood sugar, and even sending your brain mixed signals when it's time to wind down. That's why in this video, we'll uncover the 4 worst nuts to eat at night after 60, the ones that silently disturb your sleep and increase your risk of nighttime blood pressure spikes, indigestion, and morning fatigue. But don't worry, because we'll also reveal 4 nuts that actually improve sleep quality, helping you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed without relying on pills. Some of them you may already have in your kitchen, but you never realize the power they hold when eaten at the right time. By the end, you'll know exactly which nuts to avoid and which to reach for if you want calm, restorative nights that protect your brain, your metabolism, and your mood. Number 4. Cashews. At first glance, cashews look innocent. They're creamy, mild, and often recommended as a healthy snack. But for seniors, eating them late at night, they can quietly disrupt your sleep cycle. Cashews are relatively high in carbohydrates compared to other nuts, and when eaten before bed, they can cause a late-night rise in blood sugar. For younger people, this might not matter much, but after 60, the body processes glucose more slowly, which means that little bowl of cashews can keep your metabolism active when it should be winding down. Even worse, cashews are rich in compounds called fermentable oligosaccharides, essentially fibers that your gut bacteria love to feed on. While that sounds healthy during the day, eating cashews at night often leads to gas, bloating, and indigestion that can literally wake you up at 2 a.m. Many seniors describe this as tossing and turning with a heavy stomach. And it's not just uncomfortable, it can increase nighttime acid reflux and worsen sleep apnea symptoms. There's also the salt factor. Most cashews sold in stores are heavily salted or roasted in oil, which adds sodium that raises blood pressure and forces the kidneys to work overtime at night. That's why seniors often find themselves waking up to urinate after eating salty nuts in the evening, breaking deep sleep cycles. Cashews aren't the worst offender on this list, but they are the classic example of a healthy nut turning into a sleep saboteur when eaten at the wrong time. Number 3. Peanuts. Peanuts might be the most misleading nut of all because they're technically legumes, not true nuts, yet they're everywhere, from peanut butter sandwiches to salted cocktail mixes. For seniors over 60, eating peanuts at night can create a storm of problems that silently rob you of sleep. First, peanuts are dense in omega-6 fatty acids, which in excess promote inflammation and can increase nighttime joint pain or stiffness, especially for those already dealing with arthritis. Studies have shown that seniors with high omega-6 intake often report poorer sleep quality due to discomfort and restlessness in their legs and back. Another hidden issue is histamine release, mild allergic reactions, even in people who don't consider themselves allergic. These reactions may not be dramatic, but for older adults, they can cause nasal congestion, sinus pressure, or postnasal drip at night, exactly the kind of subtle breathing irritation that leads to snoring or frequent awakenings. Then there's the salt and sugar problem. Most peanut butters and roasted peanut snacks are loaded with added salt, sugar, and hydrogenated oils. The salt raises blood pressure, forcing your body to stay alert instead of calming down. The sugar causes mini blood sugar spikes that trigger adrenaline. All of this means your heart rate stays elevated, your digestion stays busy, and your brain never enters the deep restorative sleep it craves after 60. Some seniors even wake up with a racing heart or night sweats after eating peanuts in the evening and rarely connect the dots back to that innocent snack. Peanuts are not just a nuisance. Number 2, pistachios. Many people reach for pistachios at night because they feel light and fun to snack on. That endless cracking of shells can even feel relaxing. But for seniors, after 60, pistachios carry hidden risks that make them one of the worst choices before bedtime. Pistachios are actually one of the highest calorie nuts, and while the body needs energy during the day, At night, those calories are stored as fat much more easily due to slowed metabolism. Beyond the weight gain risk, pistachios are packed with natural plant stimulants, including a compound called tyramine. Tyramine is known to increase the release of norepinephrine, a brain chemical that raises alertness and can literally trick your nervous system into wake-up mode just as you're trying to fall asleep. This means you may find yourself lying in bed with a racing mind or waking up in the middle of the night feeling restless without knowing why. For seniors who already struggle with insomnia, pistachios can quietly add fuel to the fire. Another hidden danger is the mold factor. Pistachios are particularly vulnerable to contamination by aflatoxins, toxic substances produced by fungi during storage. While food safety standards try to keep these levels low, seniors have weaker liver detoxification capacity. So even small exposures can place extra strain on the liver and disturb nighttime recovery processes. Add to that the heavy salt coating used in most commercial pistachios, and you have a triple threat: sodium-induced nighttime urination, digestive discomfort from excess fat, and nervous system stimulation from tyramine. Some seniors report vivid or disturbing dreams after late-night pistachio snacks, which makes sense given the way these compounds interact with brain chemistry. All of this turns what looks like a harmless handful into one of the most disruptive choices for anyone hoping for restorative sleep after 60. Number 1. Walnuts. Walnuts are often praised as a brain food, and during the day they can indeed provide healthy fats and antioxidants. But at night, especially for seniors over 60, walnuts can be a true sleep destroyer. The reason lies in their unusually high levels of natural compounds that overstimulate the digestive and nervous systems when eaten too late. Walnuts are rich in polyunsaturated fats, which are harder to digest and take longer to break down than the fats in lighter nuts. For an older digestive tract that already slows down with age, eating walnuts at night means your stomach and intestines remain active for hours, causing discomfort, bloating, or even acid reflux when lying down. This alone can fragment sleep, but the problem goes deeper. Walnuts contain significant amounts of an amino acid called L-arginine, which the body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that dilates blood vessels and raises circulation. While this can be beneficial in the morning or before exercise, at night it leads to a wired feeling, preventing the natural drop in blood pressure and heart rate that signals the body it's time to sleep. For seniors with high blood pressure or heart disease, this stimulation can increase the risk of nighttime palpitations or anxiety. Walnuts are also linked to increased serotonin activity in the gut, which might sound good, but when serotonin spikes at the wrong time, it interferes with melatonin production, the very hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycle. Some seniors even describe waking up after walnut snacks with a racing heart, sweating, or vivid, unsettling dreams. Add to that the fact that walnuts often come salted, candied, or mixed with sugary coatings, and you're essentially combining a stimulant with sugar and sodium, a nightmare recipe for disrupted rest. That's why walnuts take the #1 spot on this list, the nut most likely to sabotage deep restorative sleep after 60. So now you know the 4 worst nuts to eat at night after 60: cashews, peanuts, pistachios, and walnuts, each of them creating their own hidden storm inside the body when your system should be winding down. And this is where most people stop simply cutting nuts out of their evening routine altogether. But the truth is, not all nuts are the enemy of sleep. In fact, some contain exactly the nutrients your body needs to relax, lower nighttime blood pressure, and naturally boost melatonin so you can fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. For seniors over 60, choosing the right nuts in the evening can transform your nights from restless and fragmented to calm and restorative. Instead of robbing you of rest, these nuts work like gentle medicine, soothing muscles, easing digestion, and calming the nervous system. Let's turn to the positive side now and uncover the 4 nuts that actually improve sleep after 60. You may be surprised by how powerful the right evening snack can be when it comes to protecting your brain, your heart, and your mood through better sleep. Number 4. Almonds. Almonds may seem ordinary, but for seniors after 60, they hold a quiet secret. They naturally contain magnesium, one of the most important minerals for sleep. Magnesium helps muscles relax, calms nerve activity, and even lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that often keeps older adults awake at night. Just a small handful of almonds in the evening can provide enough magnesium to reduce muscle cramps, restless leg syndrome. Beyond magnesium, almonds also contain tryptophan, the same amino acid found in warm milk, which the body uses to produce serotonin and then melatonin, the master hormone that signals sleep time. Unlike the heavier nuts we discussed earlier, almonds are relatively easy to digest and won't overload the stomach, making them a safe option even for seniors with sensitive digestion. One more benefit: almonds help stabilize blood sugar. Instead of the spikes and crashes that can wake you up at 3 a.m., the healthy fats and proteins in almonds provide a gentle, steady release of energy, keeping your body calm and balanced through the night. That's why many sleep researchers call almonds a natural sleep stabilizer. For seniors who often feel anxious or restless at bedtime, a few raw, salted almonds can be the difference between lying awake for hours and drifting into deep, restorative rest. Number 3. Hazelnuts. Hazelnuts are often associated with chocolate spreads and desserts, but in their natural form, they are one of the most underrated sleep-friendly nuts for seniors. What makes hazelnuts special is their high content of vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects brain cells from oxidative stress. This matters because oxidative stress in the brain has been strongly linked to insomnia and fragmented sleep in older adults. Seniors who include vitamin E-rich foods often report fewer nighttime awakenings and sharper mental clarity in the morning. But hazelnuts go beyond antioxidants. They are also an excellent source of healthy monounsaturated fats, which help regulate blood sugar and prevent the kind of late-night glucose swings that jolt the body awake. Unlike peanuts or pistachios, hazelnuts have a calming rather than stimulating effect on the nervous system. Their balanced mix of nutrients supports the production of gamma-aminobutyric acid GABA, a neurotransmitter that essentially tells the brain to relax and prepare for deep sleep. In practical terms, that means hazelnuts can help reduce nighttime anxiety, lower stress-driven palpitations, and make it easier to stay asleep through the night. Many seniors also notice that hazelnuts don't cause the bloating or digestive distress that other nuts can trigger. Instead, they feel light, satisfied, and ready for rest. Eating a few raw hazelnuts in the evening or sprinkling crushed hazelnuts over a small portion of yogurt can be a gentle, natural way to prepare your body for several hours of uninterrupted, restorative sleep. Number 2. Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts stand out not because of their common use, but because of their extraordinary content of one powerful mineral, selenium. Selenium is essential for thyroid function, and the thyroid directly influences sleep cycles, energy balance, and mood. As people age, mild thyroid imbalances become increasingly common, often leading to insomnia, fatigue, or a sense of wired but tired at night. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts provide your full daily requirement of selenium, which helps stabilize the thyroid and normalize the release of hormones that regulate sleep. Beyond this, selenium has another vital role. It reduces oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain, particularly in the pineal gland, which is the part of your brain responsible for producing melatonin. Low selenium levels have been linked to poor sleep efficiency and difficulty staying asleep, especially in older adults. By gently restoring this balance, Brazil nuts help seniors not only fall asleep faster, but also achieve deeper, more restorative rest. Another benefit is their richness in healthy fats and protein, which slow digestion just enough to keep blood sugar stable overnight without overloading the stomach. Seniors often report feeling calmer with fewer nighttime awakenings. When they add a couple of Brazil nuts to their evening routine, it's important not to overdo it. Too much selenium can be harmful, but the small, controlled dose found in 1 or 2 Brazil nuts is exactly the amount that supports the body's natural rhythms. That's why nutritionists call them a sleep regulator in disguise. Number 1. Walnuts. Yes, walnuts appeared earlier on our list of the worst nuts, but here's the twist. The timing and the form make all the difference. When eaten late at night in heavy, salted, or candied versions, walnuts are a true sleep destroyer. But in their raw, unsalted natural form, and in small amounts, walnuts actually become one of the best nuts for sleep after 60. The reason is simple. Walnuts are one of the very few foods that naturally contain melatonin, the hormone your body produces to regulate the sleep-wake cycle. Seniors often produce less melatonin with age, which is why falling asleep can feel harder every year. A small handful of raw walnuts provides a direct dietary source of this sleep hormone, gently boosting the body's natural rhythm. Along with melatonin, walnuts contain tryptophan and magnesium, both of which work together to relax muscles, lower stress, and encourage drowsiness. When consumed in moderation, walnuts do not overstimulate digestion, but instead deliver nutrients that calm the nervous system. Clinical studies have even shown that older adults who eat walnuts report better sleep efficiency and feel more rested in the morning. The key is avoiding the roasted, salted, or sugar-coated versions. Those turn walnuts into a stimulant. But raw, natural walnuts in controlled portions act almost like nature's sleeping pill, helping seniors drift into restorative slumber without medications. That's why, when chosen and eaten wisely, walnuts earn the #1 spot as the most powerful nut to improve sleep after 60. So now you've seen the full picture. Not all nuts are created equal, especially when it comes to sleep after 60. On one side, we have the troublemakers, cashews, peanuts, pistachios, and walnuts in the wrong form, each capable of spiking blood sugar, raising blood pressure, irritating digestion, or overstimulating the nervous system just when the body needs to wind down. These are the nuts that keep you awake, restless, and exhausted the next morning. But on the other side, we have the true sleep supporters: almonds, hazelnuts, Brazil nuts, and raw walnuts in moderation, each bringing something unique to the table: magnesium to relax muscles, vitamin E to calm the brain, selenium to balance hormones, and melatonin to directly guide your sleep cycle. For seniors over 60, the difference between a restless night and a restorative one can truly come down to the handful of nuts you choose before bed. Remember, it's not about avoiding nuts altogether. It's about choosing wisely, eating them in the right form, and in the right amounts. A few smart swaps can transform your evenings, reduce nighttime awakenings, and give you the deep healing rest your body and brain need to stay sharp, active, and healthy. After all, better sleep isn't just about feeling good tomorrow. It's one of the most powerful tools you have to protect your memory, your energy, and your independence as you age.